Hi, I'm Vinod Kumar, Data Protection Technical Marketing Engineer from Dell Technologies, and with me I have Jason Guevara, Global IHV Solution Architect from SUSE for this joint solution presentation. In this session, we will cover on how to protect your SUSE Rancher K3s and RKE2 Kubernetes workloads with Dell PowerProtect Data Manager. This is a joint solution that we have been working together with SUSE for almost 4+ years. Let's move on with the agenda for this session. This is the agenda for this session. First, we will go with the introduction to Dell PowerProtect Data Manager and PowerProtect appliances. Next, we will cover the data protection support of PowerProtect Data Manager for Kubernetes cluster. We will then cover the Rancher Kubernetes distributions that are supported with Data Manager. Then we will talk about performing backup and restore of the RKE2 and K3s cluster workloads with Data Manager. We will then see the validated Rancher Kubernetes distributions with PowerProtect Data Manager on different platforms. And we will then talk about the Dell Technologies and SUSE partnership. And finally, we will explore the technical collaterals which are published and available online for this joint solution. Let's start with some introduction to PowerProtect Data Manager. Dell PowerProtect Data Manager is a software-defined data protection solution, and ultimately, it is Dell's next-generation software platform for proven and modern cloud data protection. PowerProtect Data Manager delivers automated discovery, deduplication, operational agility, self-service, and IT governance for physical, virtual, and cloud environments. Data Manager gives you valuable insight into protected on-premises and in cloud workloads, applications, file systems, and virtual machines. Data Manager enables the protection of workloads including Oracle, Microsoft Exchange, Microsoft SQL databases, SAP HANA, file systems, Kubernetes workloads, virtual environments, NAS workloads, and storage array resources within Dell PowerStore and Dell PowerMax. Data Manager provides the ability to restore data on premises or in the cloud and from native interfaces. The centralized governance control ensures IT compliance, making even the strictest service level objectives obtainable. These are PowerProtect Data Manager features and benefits. PowerProtect Data Manager is a software-defined data protection solution that aligns directly with physical or virtual Dell PowerProtect appliances, which are Dell Protection Storage, automated discovery and protection of databases, virtual machines, file systems, and Kubernetes containers, extend with backup to cloud, backup in cloud, long-term retention, and cloud disaster recovery. As a SaaS component of Data Manager, PowerProtect Cloud Snapshot Manager protects cloud-native workloads across multiple public clouds. This provides global visibility and control and enables you to gain insight into data protection activities across your public cloud infrastructure. Ensure availability of all your VMs at scale without business disruption. Cyber recovery. Increase business resiliency to rapidly recover from cyber incidents. Enable data owners to back up and restore directly from native application interfaces. Mitigate risk and assure compliance of SLAs and SLOs. Simple protection workflow, thus minimizing daily operations. Efficient protection, protect data directly to PowerProtect appliances. PowerProtect Data Manager appliance, which is an integrated data protection platform in a single appliance. This is the high-level overview of PowerProtect Data Manager. Currently, you can deploy PowerProtect Data Manager as a virtual appliance in VMware environment and also can be deployed in cloud environments from the marketplace. The target storage is PowerProtect Data Domain. It can be a physical or a virtual appliance. The virtual appliance is called as Apex Protection Storage. You can replicate the data to one or many PowerProtect Data Domain appliance. Using Cloud Tier, you can move backups to a cloud after a certain amount of time. So this enables to get the most out of the on-premise protection storage investment while maintaining compliance, governance, retention of backups in cloud. You can also physically isolate the critical data to a cyber recovery vault using the Dell PowerProtect Cyber Recovery solution to achieve a swift recovery in the event of cyber attack. As more enterprises adopt a multi-cloud strategy, leveraging a common data protection solution across their on-premises infrastructure and the public cloud will enable them to achieve operational efficiencies and save costs. For those organizations that have workloads running in AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud and need self-service backup and restore from enterprise application tools, Data Manager provides data protection of workloads in AWS, AWS Government Cloud, Azure, Azure Government, and Google Cloud. Data owners and administrators can deploy PowerProtect Data Manager in these clouds with automation from the AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud marketplaces to protect business critical workloads in the cloud. Data Manager enables the protection of traditional workloads, including Oracle, Microsoft SQL, SAP HANA, and file systems, as well as cloud native applications running in Kubernetes containers. It is easy to install and deploy from the AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud marketplaces. Data Manager, along with Apex Protection Storage, provides high level of performance and deduplication. Let's move on with some introduction to Dell PowerProtect appliances. PowerProtect Data Domain, either the physical appliance or the virtual appliance which is called as Apex Protection Storage are the required targets for PowerProtect Data Manager. PowerProtect Data Manager enhances protection by sending the data directly to the PowerProtect Data Domain to provide benefits and unmatched efficiency. PowerProtect Data Domain appliances are purpose-built backup appliances. They are specifically designed and optimized for data protection, unlike general purpose storage. Because of this, they can deliver better performance, efficiency, and security where general purpose storage cannot. With a purpose-built backup appliance like Data Domain, you can mitigate risks of cyber attacks, better manage costs, and reduce the burden of backups. The data domain portfolio has something for organization of every size and need. Whether you are a mid-sized business with on-premises operations or a global enterprise spanning multi-cloud ecosystem, we got you covered. These are some of data domain mid-size and large enterprise portfolio and data domain virtual edition, which is protection storage for on-prem and in cloud. The latest generation, featuring the DD9410 and DD9910, offers superior performance and scalability for enterprise data protection requirements. Dell's PowerProtect Data Domain DD9410 and DD9910 systems, designed for large enterprises to offer increased performance for traditional and modern workloads, providing customers with up to 38% faster backups and up to 44% faster restores, security and cyber resilience for customer data, efficiency with up to 11% less power consumed, and industry-leading deduplication, scalability with up to 1.5 petabytes of usable capacity in a single appliance. Dell Apex Protection Storage delivers simple, secure, flexible, and efficient data protection for in-cloud and on-premises workloads in a software-defined virtual appliance form factor. Based on PowerProtect Data Domain, the number one purpose-built backup appliance, you get industry-leading deduplication, scalability, reliability, performance, and unparalleled data integrity to help ensure reliable recovery, all while supporting a broad ecosystem of backup and archive applications. Deploy Dell Apex Protection Storage in public cloud to protect your cloud-native workloads and on-premises to cost-effectively protect on-site applications. Dell Apex Protection Storage All-Flash for cyber recovery is now available. Utilizing PowerProtect Data Domain software-defined storage with all-flash storage ensures the acceleration of analytics and faster restores of data from the cyber recovery vault. Apex Protection Storage All-Flash provides performance optimized for faster access to data, energy and space efficient by reducing the amount of hardware needed to protect large volumes of data in the vault, simpler configuration and management with the deployment of software-defined storage and less hardware to manage, improved storage utilization using all-flash at larger capacity. PowerProtect Data Manager appliance is designed as a purpose-built backup appliance that delivers a modern, software-defined architecture, providing secure operational and cyber resilience and a simple, unified user experience. The PowerProtect Data Manager appliance includes PowerProtect Data Manager to deliver next-generation software-defined data protection for your on-premises and in cloud workloads, applications, file systems, Kubernetes containers, and virtual machines, plus complete oversight and governance to ensure compliance. The Data Manager appliance provides a unified user experience and automates discovery and protection of databases, VMs, file systems, and Kubernetes containers. It is easy to deploy, manage, and upgrade and grow in place from 12 terabyte to 256 terabyte in 12 terabyte increments, all with a single license file, requiring no additional hardware, downtime, or complexity. We will now cover the support of PowerProtect Data Manager for Kubernetes cluster data protection. PowerProtect Data Manager discovers Kubernetes containers, which enables development teams to quickly backup and restore Kubernetes in both development or test and in production environments. IT operations and backup admins can manage Kubernetes data protection from a single management UI, as well as enable Kubernetes admins to define protection for their workloads from the Kubernetes APIs. With PowerProtect Data Manager, you have the ability to support all CNCF certified distributions of Kubernetes. You will have the ability to protect Kubernetes persistent volumes, namespace, and storage claims and restore directly through PowerProtect Data Manager. Specific capabilities include discover and manage unprotected Kubernetes natively, protect all CNCF certified distributions of Kubernetes, protect Kubernetes in cloud with Data Manager in AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud, protect Kubernetes clusters in multi-cloud environments, protect OpenShift platform as a service resources, agentless application consistency for Cassandra, PostgreSQL, MySQL, and MongoDB. The ability to restore to another Kubernetes cluster, enabling migration, upgrade, test and development use cases, data in flight encryption for Kubernetes. So along with crash consistent backups, PowerProtect Data Manager supports agentless application consistent backups of database applications that reside in Kubernetes clusters. Some of the supported database applications using default application templates are listed here: MySQL, MongoDB, PostgreSQL, and Cassandra. This is the high-level overview of Data Manager integration with Kubernetes cluster. Data Manager can be integrated with Kubernetes cluster through Kubernetes APIs to discover protectable resources such as namespaces and persistent volume claims. Data Manager discovers the Kubernetes clusters using the IP address or FQDN. Data Manager uses the Discovery Service Account token to integrate with Kube API server of the Kubernetes cluster. During the discovery process, Data Manager creates two namespaces in the cluster, Velero and PowerProtect Controller. The PowerProtect controller is responsible for the backup and restore of persistent volume claims. The Velero component is responsible for the backup and restore of metadata that is saved in the target storage, which is data domain appliance. Once the cluster is added as an asset source in Data Manager and discovery is complete, the associated namespaces are available as assets for Kubernetes data protection. A protection policy can be created from the Data Manager UI to back up the cluster assets. Once the backup is successful, the backup can be replicated to another data domain. It can be sent to the cloud with cloud tier option, and it can be also sent to the cyber recovery vault to isolate the critical backup copies with the help of cyber recovery solution. PowerProtect Data Manager supports protecting all CNCF certified Kubernetes distributions. In that, we have already validated some of the distributions and have included in our compatibility matrix such as Red Hat OpenShift, VMware Tanzu Kubernetes Grid Integrated, VMware Tanzu Kubernetes Grid Standalone, VMware vSphere with Tanzu Guest Clusters, SUSE Rancher Kubernetes Engine, RKE, RKE2, and K3s, and Google Anthos on-premises. These are some of the cloud distributions and storage validated and tested by Dell Technologies. Supported cloud distributions include AKS, EKS, and GKE. Supported storage include any on-prem or cloud storage CSI driver with and without snapshot support. Now we will see some of the SUSE Rancher Kubernetes distributions that are supported with PowerProtect Data Manager. So far, we support SUSE Rancher RKE, RKE2, and K3s distributions with PowerProtect Data Manager. We will now see how to perform backup and restore of RKE2 and K3s Kubernetes cluster workloads with PowerProtect Data Manager. This is the roadmap to protect the SUSE Rancher managed Kubernetes cluster workloads with PowerProtect Data Manager. We first need a protection storage, that's data domain, physical or virtual appliance, added to the data manager as a target storage. We then enable the Kubernetes asset source from the data manager UI. We then add the RKE, RKE2 or K3s clusters as asset source, then discover the namespaces and PVCs within the clusters, and finally, we then create a protection policy to back up the assets. So here is the screenshot from the Data Manager UI to enable the Kubernetes asset source. The Kubernetes asset source must be enabled on Data Manager UI before adding and registering the asset source for the protection of assets. To enable the asset source from the Data Manager UI, navigate to Infrastructure, click on Asset Sources, and click on the plus icon to reveal the new Asset Source tab, and then click on Enable Source on the Kubernetes section. So here on the Add Kubernetes option, we can add the RKE2 or K3s cluster using the IP or FQDN of the cluster API server. The default port is 6443, and in host credentials, we provide the service account token. And in the advanced option, we have the configuration options for PowerProtect controller, Velero, and cproxy. Once the RKE, RKE2 or K3s downstream cluster is added, the cluster information appears in the table and discovery of the namespace and PVCs are initiated. Once the discovery is successful, the namespaces appear as assets in the Kubernetes tab in the Assets window. To create a protection policy, from the Data Manager UI, navigate to Protection, click on Protection Policies, click on Add Policy, enter the name for the protection policy, select the type as Kubernetes, select the purpose for this policy as crash consistent or exclusion. Crash consistent, select this type for point-in-time backups of the namespaces, and exclusion, select this type if there are assets within the protection policy to exclude from data protection operations. Select the namespace as asset. To configure the primary backup, click on Add. In the primary backup option, select the storage name, storage unit, network interface, enable retention lock, and in the schedules, we can specify the type of backup, frequency, schedule time, and retention time for the backup. Here is the screenshot showing the successful protection policy created for backing up the RKE2 cluster namespace and PVCs. This is the screenshot showing the example of a successful backup of a PostgreSQL namespace and respective persistent volume claim. After protection under the Kubernetes cluster protection policy, restoration of namespace and PVCs can be done from individual namespace backups. So here in the restore asset section, we can see the asset copy that is available for the PostgreSQL namespace. These are the restore options that PowerProtect Data Manager supports to restore the Kubernetes cluster workloads. You can restore to original namespace, you can restore to new namespace, and you can restore to existing namespace as well. These are the options from Data Manager UI to perform restore of namespaces and PVCs. You can select restore to original or to an alternate cluster. This type of restore will help in migrating the workloads to a new cluster. You can choose to restore both namespace and PVC or only the PVCs. You can restore it to original, new, or existing namespace. And in the PVC section, we can choose to overwrite content of existing PVCs or skip restore of PVCs. We also have the restore option to change the storage class for PVCs to compatible storage class. Jason will now take over and cover the validated SUSE Rancher Kubernetes distributions with Dell PowerProtect Data Manager.
Thank you, Vinod. I am Gerson Guevara, and I Global ISV Solution Architect dedicated for Dell Technologies globally at SUSE. I have been working for the last 4 years with the Dell PowerProtect Data Management team and Vinod on many of the data protection joint solutions. These are some of them. This covers SUSE Kubernetes distributions like RKE and RKE2 Rancher Kubernetes Engine, as well as K3s. Data center solutions like the first three that we see, those are on Dell PowerFlex as well as on Dell Apex Private Cloud Services. For edge and lightweight solutions, we also support data protection for Kubernetes workloads running on K3s and SLE Micro. Dell Technologies and SUSE share a 20+ year partnership, including SUSE Linux Enterprise Server embedded in Dell Technologies servers and storages, as well as joint alignment across horizontal and vertical industries, including telco, federal, and edge. We're also extending level of support for Kubernetes with Dell PowerProtect Data Manager, and also support SUSE Linux Enterprise Server, Operating System File Systems, and SLI Micro Data Protection. Dell Technologies and SUSE brings marquee industry-leading solutions that maximize performance, ability, and optimize on choice for customers. Vinod will cover the collateral section.
Thank you, Jason. We will now see some of the collaterals created for this joint solution. These are the joint solution deliverables that are published and live. Refer these collaterals for more details on PowerProtect Data Manager protecting the SUSE Rancher Kubernetes workloads. For more details on Dell Data Protection Portfolio, refer the Data Protection Info Hub link on the slide. That's it from my side for this presentation. Thank you for the opportunity, and I would like to thank Jason Guevara and entire SUSEcon team for giving this opportunity to showcase a joint solution and partnership. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for participating in the session. We are looking forward to continue working on building more joint solutions, and we'll be sharing it with all of you in the near future. Thank you so much.